Blogtalk Radio.
Clarence?
Yes.
Matty B.
The figures I used to see were kind of shadowy at first.
It is pointless to resist, my son.
Yes, it's a good aunt.
Hi. My name is Cynthia.
Can I ask Clarence, from his experience, do you feel that they were what they were after?
I posted something the other day when I listened to you and a guy from Australia talking.
Hi, Clarence. This is Phil Peters, by the way.
Yes, I'm Bruce Henson from the E97 tour.
The cell phone seems to have dropped through a wormhole. I can't find it.
I woke up with three small figures, the Greys, standing next to my bed.
Hi, Clarence. This is Colin from Australia. How are you? Yes, it's Mike and June. How you doing, Clarence?
Hi, Clarence.
And what kind of experience have you had? Clarence is an empath.
Just having trouble with my smart TV. It turns out to be a dumbass TV.
My name's Lee. Lee Stacy.
This summer, I've seen all kinds of bizarre things in the sky.
Really? You really want to hear my story?
I have an extended spine that is called a top tail, I guess you would call it. It doesn't stick out, but it goes way past my butt.
You're a fellow administrator, Melissa Bryan.
This is Tim. How are you?
Well, if you don't hear it now, you get it because I opened a wormhole by accident.
Yeah, Kent Mark, second from El Reno, Oklahoma. How you doing, brother?
I've had 3 sightings, one in Massachusetts, I've had 2 in Hollywood, California. I've actually got to see an extraterrestrial.
And here am I, stuck here on this planet, and I can't get off it. That's how I felt.
So what is your mission here on Earth, Dog?
To raid the planet Earth of all its oxygen. And I shall impregnate all human women.
It is pointless to resist, my son.
Everyone looks at the sky, and we're drawn to the heavens.
Hi, Clarence. This is Carol.
I've been watching Ancient Aliens since the beginning. I was hooked from the very first show.
I want to ask what's your take on the
This is Mike. This is Lee's brother.
Hey, how you doing? This is Dan. I'm an admin on the Ancient Alien site. Just wanted to call and say hey.
It's just a shame that we have people out there who take things funny like this.
I'm going to tell you a secret, people. Now, hold on now. Hold on to your seats.
Or making talk circles. That makes a lot of sense. It's brilliant.
What I did was I had to call in as a guest on my own show. Can you believe that?
Rob, is that you, sir?
You sure, you bet. Yep.
Hey, Clarence, Sharon, Queen, how are you?
That's crazy. I went to the 4-foot stack at National Enquirer.
His description of him was a classic, what would be described as a classic gray alien.
I don't mean to sound sexual, but Sharon, The Night Together was a song we used to sing together.
Hey, John.
Hi. I finally made it.
All right.
So I do agree with Clarence. I think this is one of the best shows we've ever had.
Oh, I had no idea that you had an encounter with the Greys.
When it vanished and disappeared, it made like a sonic boom.
Thank you for your show.
Absolutely. You're very welcome. Thank you.
Good night and get out of the sky.
Well, hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Closer Encounters here on Blog Talk Radio, the show where you, the listener, is always the guest. Yeah, I'm your host, Clarence Mitchell, and if you're just tuning in, the number here, of course, is 347-989-1008. I'd love to get you on the show here. Just give me a holler and, anything you like to talk about, whether it's extraterrestrials or Mars or hell, we'll even talk about the flat earth. What the hell? We'll throw it out there. So yeah, just give me a holler. We're here. We are live. We're also on YouTube. If you'd like to check that out, Closer Encounters Live on YouTube channel. And of course, you can always find me on Facebook on my Closer Encounters page there on Facebook. So we are all over the place. Yes. All righty. Well, I want to say happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody that's out there enjoying it. Kind of a messy day here in Minnesota. It's kind of wet and icky. I don't know. Not much sunshine. Had a few showers coming in and out. Kind of damp, misty, icky kind of day. I don't know. It was a lot better yesterday, that's for sure, than today. But, it is what it is. So, I got tonight and then back to work tomorrow for 3 days, and then I'm on vacation. And I'm going to be heading down south, meeting up with a couple good folks here from the group, and do some exploring and stuff. That'll be pretty interesting. So we're going to see how that works out. Now, what I plan on doing when I get down there, of course, we're going to have a few live feeds probably, and, this and that. So I hope everybody's going to keep track of us and see how things are going. And you never know where we're going to be or what we're going to be doing. So we'll be popping in and out. So, but I'll keep everybody posted as much as I can. I'll put it on the Facebook group page there and stuff. And, that'll be pretty cool. So hopefully things will go good and no glitches. But, that's all part of it. So you never know. All right. Well, we had some pretty good callers there last night on our last broadcast. We had Norma Day, who was with us there from the beginning. Haven't heard from Norma in a very long time. I was really glad to have her on last night. Lovely person to talk to. And we had Lee with us, and we had Tim with us. We had Sid, who called in. So I'm hoping a few of them will call back tonight. That would be pretty awesome. But we had a really good discussion. And if you missed that, of course, you can always catch it. I always repost them back on the Closer Encounters page. And, of course, if you're following me here on Blog Talk Radio, you can always come back and listen to all the old episodes. So you can always, and I post everything also on YouTube. Everything is live. So just a quick update. I've had some complaints about getting on, or not getting on the show, but getting to where they can actually listen to the show. So I started posting them a little differently today. All you got to do is just click on the arrow in the center of the ad that I posted, and hit the play button, and it will pop right open for you. So hopefully it will work from now on. But a lot of people were having problems with just the link that I had left, and I do apologize for that. I didn't know that there was that much of a problem. But yeah, I got a lot of emails last night after the show saying that they missed it and they couldn't get on and whatever. So I was checking into it, and sure enough, for some reason the links just wasn't taking them all the way to the show. I don't know why, but so I switched it up and made it a whole lot easier. So I'll do it from this way from now on. So, and I also post, like I said, the YouTube video. So if one doesn't work, the other one will. Also, keep in mind, if you're on the YouTube channel watching, I am not actually on YouTube. I am actually on Google Hangouts, which is a derivative of YouTube. It does post to YouTube. So I'm not actually in that chat room on YouTube. But, you know, you can still watch it live there. So, okay. All right. Looks like we have our first caller with us. And I'm not sure about this number. Maybe this is Daryl, I think, here from Manhattan, I believe this is. Hello, Daryl. Is this you?
Hey, you're good. You're good.
Thank you. How you been?
I've been okay. How about yourself?
Oh, we're hanging in there. You know, kind of a crappy day today outside. It's like blah, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna get some rain again and a big thunder shower, which really makes me unhappy.
I hear you.
I don't like storms anymore. They just don't look the same or feel the same.
No kidding, right?
Very violent. I don't know if I ever liked storms. Maybe I did once upon a time, but
Yeah.
I just really don't know clouds at all. That's your initial thing.
I don't know. I thunderstorms and that kind of intrigue me. I like thunderstorms. I don't know why. Is there something about them? I find them kind of relaxing in a sense, you know. But yeah, but I've been scared. Don't get me wrong. I've had a few times I've had to run for the basement, you know. But
yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, when I was little, believe it or not, we used to wash our hair in the rain, which was like, I don't know why we did it. It was just fun.
Sure.
When we were children, and as we were washing our hair, a big clap of lightning struck the tree right by our house. And I could feel that electricity, like, in the ground, you know.
Absolutely.
It crap out of us. And I could tell you now, we've never washed our hair in the rain. Stop that little tradition.
There you go.
You know?
Yep,
but
absolutely.
it was fun, you know, having soapy hair in the rain and wet feet. That was very dangerous.
That's funny. That's funny.
When you think about it. But we liked that. We liked it. When we were kids, we didn't have seat belts. You know, we
Right.
got slammed against the car. You know,
Yep, exactly. Exactly right.
And so forth. No, we loved that.
Yeah, we did survive it. That's
I
for
was
sure.
your age.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, things were a lot different.
Yeah, we were crash test dummies back in our
We
day.
had smoking sections in the airplane.
That's
You know,
right.
You could smoke on the subway and the bus.
Yep, that's exactly
Isn't that
right.
crazy?
It is crazy.
I know the 10 doctors preferred Pall Mall or something like that.
Exactly.
Pretty funny seeing a commercial endorsing cigarettes from
The 70s and
the Medical Association.
yeah, really. This one's better for you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. We prefer this one over that one. Well, you know, Marlboro had that special where you could like get, if you had enough packs, you get like a leather jacket.
Oh yeah.
And then if you bought enough packs, you could sign up for that heart lung machine.
Yeah. The one with a big M on the front of it. Yeah. Hey, it looks like we got Tim with us here.
How do I forget which one? I'm working on that heart lung machine.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like we got Tim with us here. Let's get him booted up in here. Hello, Mr. Collard.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
There we go.
Hey, yours, what's new and good in your life?
Oh, hey, doing good. So just listen to you all talk about lightning storms, and now I'll tell you what. I had so many people say that I was insane when I was younger because every time a lightning storm, I'd be outside watching all
Yep, absolutely.
the electrical light show, you know.
Oh, wow. And that was you're insane for what reason? Now that you're an adult.
I love the feeling of being out in the middle of a thunderstorm like that because you get the air is ionized.
That's
and
right.
It actually feels like you're sometimes like the hair on your arms and hair on your neck to stand up. It actually does. It really does do that.
You're electrified.
I had an incident back when I was younger. I was at a neighbor's house and I was helping them wash dishes. It was their chores, you know, to wash dishes and stuff. And we had a thunderstorm roll through or over top, and then you could watch the lightning and whatever. Well, they had one of the metal bands that went around the outside of the sink. And I'm standing there washing dishes, and every time it would lightning, I could feel it through my arms. I was getting shocked. And I'm like, wow. I said, and I jumped back, and their dad was laughing. He's like, you can't feel that. I go, I'm serious. I can feel it. So he's looking at it and whatever. So he got out a voltmeter, and he put one in like in the water and one on that metal band and waited for lightning. And sure enough, the voltmeter would jump. And he couldn't figure it out. He's like, I thought this house was grounded, But obviously it wasn't.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be watching those dishes.
Yeah, but it was coming through the piping or something. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah. I never knew it could do that.
What was he doing with a voltmeter? Stuff that our parents had. What do you have a voltmeter for?
Well, it just whatever he had there at the house or whatever, I guess. But yeah, he wanted to test it.
Mechanics use it for to test all your circuitry in your car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was introduced to a voltmeter when I was a jet engine mechanic in the Navy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had to have voltmeters to test cannon plugs to make sure there was adequate voltage supply. That there was,
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Things on your shopping list now, right?
Yeah.
I want one of those metal detectors. Those metal detectors that you could find.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got a couple downstairs in my closet.
You have two here.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, mine are so outdated.
He collects gold. He's been finding serious amounts of gold. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need a metal detector. He's just pretty intuitive or smart, I guess. He can see where the ground is ionized, and he can tell where there's iron, there's gold, and he's found some nuggets that have made him a very wealthy guy.
Really?
Wow.
I've been panning for years and never come across anything like that.
Keep your eyes open. He says gold is everywhere, on the earth.
Yeah.
You just have to look for it,
Wow.
But it's there.
Yeah.
Like not one part of the ground is better than another, But you have to just look for that ionization or oxidation, actually. If there's like an orange rusty color above ground, you better believe there's going to be some gold beneath it. You got to just.
You should send him here to Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet. He said anywhere you go, he's very confident he'll find gold.
Huh.
You don't have to go to a gold mine.
Wow.
He'll find. He could find more. He says in a parking lot of a Home Depot than he could in any known gold mine.
No kidding.
It's pretty much everywhere.
Huh.
Got to keep your eyes open. I want to go on vacation with him. I never get tired of looking for gold.
No kidding. Yeah, I've been doing it for years, and I've never come across anything like that. Yeah. Huh. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's really it's very impressive,
Wow.
Makes him very, very attractive, I'll tell you that.
No doubt.
I'm looking for a wedding.
What's gold going for an ounce now?
Oh boy, it's definitely over 1,000.
Yeah, it's like 1,300, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,300.
Yeah.
But what would happen? Let's say if gold became so easy to find. Would it go down in value if you could just keep finding it in the backyard?
Sure would. Yeah, eventually.
I can never figure that out. I can never figure out why the market is that way with precious metals.
Yeah.
Well, with non-ferrous metals. Platinum, gold. When it went up, what was it in the late 70s? Gold went up it jumped up overnight from $200 an ounce to I think it went to $600 an ounce, and then it went up to $800 an ounce and $900 an ounce.
It leveled out there for a long time. For a lot of years, it leveled out and stayed. And just in the last few years, it's jumped up. I mean, it was up as high as $1,700 an ounce here just a couple of years ago.
Right.
So
well, apparently the secret to longevity is something to do with gold dust.
Well, that's monolithic gold. That's a different.
Well,
yeah.
What you do is you take gold and you monoatomic it. What you do is you break it down. You break it down into monoatomic gold. Take regular 24 karat gold. Now, this can be done. Now, there's all kinds of recipes. You can look it up on YouTube or on Google it. You can Google it or check it up on YouTube. You can look up monoatomic gold or what's the other name for it? There's another name for it. Gosh. Anyhow, just do monoatomic gold and it'll give you all the different names but what it does is it supposedly, now I still haven't tried it, but I'm wanting to do this. It's very expensive. It's like for like a 20-ounce bottle, I think it's $110, $120.
Wow.
But you get a bottle, it's been liquefied, it's been put in a solution, and you drink it. And anyhow, there's a couple of places where you can get it, but again, go on, just look it up, Google it or YouTube it, and you'll find it. But what this does is what they claim it does, is that it automatically, you get reinvigorated inside your body. You just feel this thing going on. You feel all your molecules just adjusting and just starting to click right.
Wow.
And out of nowhere, for most people now, not all, but most people experience some form of the third eye opening.
Okay.
Where they're either able to tell things just before they happen, or they can sense things from many, many miles away.
Yeah, see, and I wonder about that too, I really do. I'd have to actually, I don't know if I could experiment with something like that. Go ahead.
The word you were looking for, colloidal gold? Would it be colloidal or iso?
No, not colloidal. No,
It's monolithic or something. How do you say that?
Okay, wait. Liposomal or something? Liposomal.
No,
that's not it. Does the gold get destroyed in that process, or the gold is still intact?
Hang on here. Let me see.
Formus. It's called formus. Ornus. Formus.
Okay, I'll Google that when I find a working computer.
Let's see, man.
Still updating. Okay.
And just see what Ornus. Now that will give you a much wider explanation or definition of what it is. But it all talks. Anything you read about it will give you. This one guy, for instance, he lost like 200 pounds in like no time at all. It took him like within the course of 5 or 6 months, he lost 200 pounds by just doing Ormus. And
how much is he doing though? How much do you have to do for?
I don't know. That's the thing. I think it's like
$20.
one or two tablespoons a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have some big bucks to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to make it.
Mm-hmm. But
and I wonder what happens to your gold when you do that.
Where this comes from now, and this is very intriguing. This is something this is what started me on my quest for my knowledge, if you will, gaining knowledge of the Egyptian culture. Egyptian culture. They had a lot of gold. Somehow they were able to get and have a lot of gold. Not really sure the process. Nobody really knows how they came across it, but they were able to get it. Some people think that they had some form of alchemy where they were able to do the sorcerer's stone and make gold from any material.
Yeah.
They can form it into. They could change the molecular structure.
That was alchemy, though. Yeah, that was all alchemy, right?
Alchemy.
Yeah,
right.
Alchemy.
Yeah, metallurgy and alchemy and all that stuff. It was but they were the first ones that they're not necessarily the first ones, but they have the known record of monoatomic gold and eating it, taking the gold, and see, this is what is interesting to me. How they know that they can take gold and split the molecules of gold down, turn it in half, and knew that it was something that was good for them, and knew that
would maybe keep them longevity.
Right.
They had alien technology, don't you think? This is all alien technology.
Oh yeah. Well, see that. I think this is what I believe from the time, the beginning time. The Egyptians called it Zet Tepe. The time at the beginning. The time at the beginning. There's many different definitions around that, but it's called Zet Tepe. Zeppeppe. And what I believe it was is that was colonized Earth. The first colonized Earth was when they got here and called Earth home, and that was Zet Tepe. That's another explanation. One of the definitions. One of the definitions of Zet Tepe.
Right.
But anyhow, they came from the stars. They came here.
Right.
You know, and I think there was many other cultures that came here from the stars too. The Hindu culture, they came here from the stars. The Buddhist culture, they came here from the stars. Which Japan, if you check out any Japanese history, go back in their long ago, the beginning of the Japanese dynasties, the first emperor came from the stars. So and they all the Hindus have the Mahabharata,
right?
And in their Bible, it goes back, what is this, 5, 6, 7,000 years, and all their different gods, Vishnu and Rama, and all them guys, Hare Krishna. A lot of people make fun of Hare Krishna now because you see them in everybody that ever traveled from there, airports. Right. I don't know too much about today, but I remember back in the 70s, man, every airport you went to, there was Hare Krishna walking around, banging the drum, chanting, they're doing their chant, and all that shit. I mean, it's crazy.
He called them the horny Krishnas.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got another caller here.
Man, they were gathering up young girls left and right, man. They had a thing going on, man. They had the commune deal happening. But,
cool.
But anyhow, they their culture talks of their first gods came here from the stars, and anyhow, it just lends credence to my theory that we human beings in our different cultures, we didn't come from the same place in the universe.
Right.
But we're similar in form, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're all human beings, but we are different in our form. There's no way you can say that Caucasian people came from African people in Africa.
No, absolutely not.
There's no way.
No.
Or vice versa.
Right.
They're two completely separate genes going on there. We can intermingle. We can have children. Interracial children and all that stuff. That's fine. But I'm not speaking out against that. But what it is that we have so many different cultures that we all our scientists, our paleontologists, and our archaeologists, mainstream archaeologists, talk about how we all came from one point. We came from one group, and then we spread out from there. And that's totally bogus. It's been blown out of the water left and right.
Right.
So many different, there's so many different types explanations.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I'm getting off track here. But
That's the gold.
right.
The secret of the gold.
Right. They knew when they came here, Earth has a lot of extra things that is not the abundance of life here on Earth makes it habitable and makes it able for different flavors, all the different flavors of foods and just diversity of things here makes it, different. A perfect example of this is sugars. That when human beings first came in contact with sugar, they freaked out. And then chocolate, for crying out loud. There have been wars waged over chocolate, for crying out loud. You talk about the cocaine wars. Well, that was nothing compared to the chocolate wars back in the 15th century, 16th century, something like that. When the conquistadors went back to Spain and to Italy, they went back to Europe after plundering the Mesoamericans, the Aztecs. They took back with them the cacao bean, chocolate, and they sweetened it up. They confectioned it. People of France, especially, that's where it was perfected. The French did the thing with it, and made chocolate. Man, hey, did you imagine not ever knowing what chocolate was and tasting it for the first time?
Chocolate is an endemic part of my life.
I mean, chocolate is so much a part of our lives that we take it for granted. We really take it for granted.
You eat chocolate almost. It's part of your diet.
I'll tell you what, I've been on an incredible diet over the last couple of years. And the one thing that I crave more than anything else, maybe it's some good weed. Now, I crave some good weed all the time. If I don't run out, I'm cool. But the one thing that I crave the most of is chocolate. And it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Man, a little bit of chocolate? Oh, man. I won't do just anything for chocolate, but man, it's definitely up there on my list of
So you think they traded chocolate for gold? Maybe that's how they got all that gold?
Sure was.
Yeah.
They did trade chocolate for gold.
Hey, Tim.
Sugar and chocolate. Sugar was used for money.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate was used for money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other salt was used as money.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, we got another caller here, the 505 number here. Mike, is that you? Are you with us?
Hello, it's Lee and Mike.
Oh, good. Oh, we got them both on here.
Hello.
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 Cool. We got both Lee and Mike here. Good.
Wow. Cool.
Trying to figure out here.
Good to join you guys.
Hey, very good. There you are. Okay.
Good to have you, man.
What's going on, Mike?
Oh, not too much. Just enjoying the day off from work. Just visiting with my sister. Cook out on the grill and have a ice cold beer.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
That's the plan. That's the plan, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Look forward to seeing you guys when you get here.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be a good trip.
Over there?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Where are
Yeah.
you?
I'm in Gallup, New Mexico.
Oh, nice. How's the weather there?
Beautiful. It's summertime here.
Fantastic.
Sure is nice here. It's starting to get nice.
Right on.
Jim, you could come along.
I've been through Gallup a lot of times.
Hop in the vehicle with them and come with them, Tim.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I don't think he heard you, Lee.
I was there, Jim. I said, hop in the vehicle and come with us.
Oh, Well, I wish I could. I don't have a vehicle. I don't have any access to any vehicles, so I'm kind of stuck. But I'm always open for different ways of alternate means of transportation. So
Yeah, there you go.
never know.
And I'm looking for a trade or a swap of a really nice country atmosphere for New York City week. And that, you know, we could swap for a week.
You're gonna get
Your
this
place,
to
come on.
Manhattan?
I'm in the center of the city. I'm in Midtown Manhattan. You can't get more central than me.
Yeah.
I even have 2 bicycles that you can use while you're visiting. It would be heaven for anybody coming to Manhattan, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah.
would be happy to be somewhere quiet. You know?
Boy,
Hmm.
I'll tell you,
Quiet,
I have a
peaceful, fresh
place.
air.
Two weekends
You're always
ago.
welcome to the Southwest.
There you go.
Here in
Sounds
Dallas.
good. Sounds good. As long as there's no tornadoes or anything like that going on, I'm happy.
No tornadoes here.
Oh, good, good. If there's mountains, that's even better. Mountains and just fresh air,
Oh,
you know.
yeah, you'd love it out there.
Desert area.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Views,
cool.
the faces, the
Somewhere
canyons.
that's not that humid either would be great.
No, it's dry here.
It's dry heat here.
There's
Oh,
no,
dry is great. No humidity, no mold.
Yeah.
Sounds real good.
Now how much snow do you guys get in the wintertime down there, Mike?
Usually at the most, maybe it would be under a foot, I would think.
Really?
That
Wow.
would be, yeah.
Oh, we could get,
Yeah,
we
it
could get
doesn't
like
get too
5
bad.
feet. We could get a lot of-
Unbelievable.
The one good thing about New York is that we have the best snow moving vehicles and, you know, a budget for snow moving stuff that you won't even know that we've had that much snow because they move it before it could accumulate.
Right.
So,
Well, they got to keep the
Yeah.
city open. Yeah.
are you near Lake George?
pardon me, Lake George, no, I'm in real New York City, Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lake George is way like 8-hour drive from Lake George.
Yeah, that's up in the state of New York.
Well, I've been up there. Lake
Yeah.
George and Lake what's that? Where we had the Olympics?
Lake Placid.
Placid. Lake
Yeah.
Placid.
Yep.
Which actually isn't where they had it. It was like Lake. They call it Mirror Lake, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Um,
That's way up in the
Lake
Adirondacks.
Placid is real small.
Yeah.
Really small. Real small town. You know, one street. You know.
Yeah, that's way up
It's
north.
lovely. It's really lovely. Great in the summer.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
I would love to go see Lake George one day.
it's gorgeous up there in the Adirondacks. It really is.
Good fishing. Good fishing. Well, there was good fishing. God only knows what you're going to catch now. Have you
Yeah.
seen those like crazy monsters in the sea lately? Just to bring up a new topic. Those enormous, really enormous, like beyond the whale size, you know.
What is that?
I don't know. They just caught something. I believe it was off the Pacific coast, maybe up north.
Really?
Of this
Yeah.
huge
It was
sea creature. They saw it from space.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, it's just on something I was like listening to. I think on television, perhaps.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'd like to see more of it. I mean, that was like, I'm not sure if it was a monster or some sort of
Well,
craft.
Here's the thing.
It was
Yeah, I've been watching this program.
from space.
I've been watching this program. It's called River Monsters. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the same channel.
I never knew half of these kind of fish this guy's yanking out of these rivers. Are you kidding me? You know? I mean, wow. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That's crazy. And he was yanking out yesterday. He was pulling out these, I call them sucker fish, but they're like a big giant leech that were like 4 foot long.
That's what
I can't think what the name
Like,
of them
like
are.
stick to the side of your fish tank, right?
No, they're bigger than that. These things look like snakes, but they got that suction cup thing, like what you're saying, you know, but with like 3 big teeth in them.
I wonder if they bite you.
They do. Yeah, they suck your blood out of you. He had one stuck to his neck. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, there's a special name for him.
Lamprey eels.
Lamprey, that's it. That's exactly what it is a lamprey. Yeah. Unbelievable. I've never seen nothing like that. Oh my God.
They were used medicinally.
They say people eat them.
Medicinally in some countries.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck. That's just wrong. That's just wrong.
Well, I mean, like the big stuff where we live, there's like lots of leeches in it, so you can't really swim.
Really?
Because if you put your foot in it, it'll come out covered in leeches. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, you can't. Where I live, you can't really swim in the lakes and stuff because that's what will happen.
Wow. I wonder what they survive on. What do they? I mean, do they just kill all the other fish off, or what? I mean, how do they live? I don't get that.
I don't know. They
definitely scavengers of parasites, so they
put their foot in the water and come out with leeches.
There must
Oh my
be some
gosh.
sea mammals that probably they hang on to. That maybe they have a symbiotic relationship with.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen leeches and stuff like that, but that's just ridiculous. My goodness, you know. Ah,
Yeah.
yuck.
You can't really swim in the lake where I live.
Ah,
Lord, really?
that's just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Ah,
They were just really, they're just so unattractive, though. You know, I love your leeches.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your leeches?
well, you know, though, back in the day, they used them on people to suck blood and stuff. I mean, they used them in a medical field, leech therapy or whatever. But I never understood what they actually were supposed to do for you, whether they made you anemic or something, or yeah.
Or if your blood was
To remove some bad blood enough to where your body would start healing itself.
But how many leeches?
That was the theory behind it, that they would remove the poison or the toxins out of your body.
What would happen to the leeches after they sucked your toxins out, though?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and how many would it take? I mean,
And then maybe that's when they drop off, They'll drop off you if they get enough.
I can't imagine that.
I mean, growing up in Oklahoma, when we go swimming, once in a while we would get up there too.
Really?
You just put a little salt on them and they'll really.
Oh yeah, they don't like salt. Salt is a.
Must burn them or something, huh? Yeah. Yuck.
I think that was. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Better than the Yankees and all. We had leeches in our lakes when we were little, and I don't remember ever getting one.
No, I've never have. I've had other creepy crawlies on me, but never a leech. And it's a wonder because I've been in some. Wow, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, that's crazy. Now you guys can keep them. I know people use them for fishing, but yeah. Oh my goodness.
What's that?
I know people that use them for fishing.
Oh sure, why not?
Yep.
They're like a worm-like squirmy thing.
But
Fish love them. They're full of protein, so that's, it's a good
It's
source.
similar to a snail. I bet you could put some garlic and parsley and have it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever tried that. Oh my goodness. Crazy.
I never feel that much cells.
So Mike, while we got you on the phone, did you have anything new you've been investigating or working on, or anything out of the extraordinary, ordinary?
Since the end of February, my boss retired after 43 years, and I've assumed that position now. So
Oh.
A lot of my stuff right now is just really a lot of administrative stuff, just overseeing the whole department.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
for the time being, it's a lot of administrative things as opposed to anything out of the ordinary.
Right. Huh, cool. Wow. So you kind of got bumped up, huh?
Did you see my my little anomaly of Brooklyn or Queens? That like red ball that turned into some sort of fireball that was moving slowly. Did I share that with you?
There's a bunch of them
I
here.
didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
I don't know where you are on YouTube. Are you're broadcasting in Google circles?
I'm not. I stay so busy with my work and things like that that I haven't really. I do have a Facebook page, but it's kind of hard to manage that with my job.
right. Pretty cool.
But we did see something coming back from the movie the other night. Did you figure out what that was?
I don't know.
We saw this strange looking fireball that was falling from the sky. It had a black tail, but the fire was like pink and yellow. It was really bright. And
A meteor.
Mm.
I don't know.
It was. I don't think it was a meteor because it took a long time.
Oh, it could have been a craft.
It's kind of more or less hovering and.
Yeah.
No
it
kidding.
took a long time to fall. Yeah.
Is that the one
I
that?
don't know what it was.
Is that the one that the people were saying there was cops and fire trucks and all kind of stuff chasing it or something? Or is that the same one?
Well, the one I've seen, we've seen a lot of cops and stuff there, but I don't know if they were chasing it, but
Mm-hmm.
we saw that. It was weird. I don't know what it was.
That's crazy.
But it was the flame was a weird color.
So did it like?
tried to take photographs of it, but it didn't show up in the actual pictures.
Yeah, we
Oh.
We
clearly.
could clearly see it. I was sure it would
When
be.
I was trying to take it with my iPhone, nothing would show up.
Really?
There was nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
I had the same thing happen one time. You know, that was what you experienced there was some form of a craft coming into the atmosphere.
Well, actually, this one was on the ground and then it came up. It was started on the ground as a red kind of rubber ball, for lack of a better explanation, and then it kind of got more fiery looking. But it was solid. I could tell it was solid. I used some UV technology to try to see what it was composed of. It was not a fireball, even though it looked like one. And then it was rising very slowly. I kind of made a very quick video in fast motion just so people don't get bored to see what was going on with it. I'm going to try to post it on something that's clear there.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find your your Google Hangout. I'm having trouble finding that.
Just look for Coaster Encounters Live.
I'm on Coaches Encounters Live E96.
Yep.
It sounds like it's live. Wait.
Yep,
You
that's-
can see an old one though. That's 27. Oh, wait a second.
No, that's tonight's.
This is an old one. E96 is yesterday's.
Okay.
Wait, let me just.
I forgot what number I'm on. Yeah.
What number is it?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I gotta find my sound icon. Oh my gosh, that's
Hey, Mike, how far are you guys from Sedona?
We went inside, but we're about, I would say about 4 hours.
About 4 hours? Okay. All right.
But if you're going to Vegas, you guys are going to Vegas, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you passed right by it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you guys could take a detour, a little detour. It's not that far off I-40.
Cool.
Here it is.
And take a little detour into the little town there.
Yeah, they got a site out there, the Palati Cliffs. And I was just kind of wondering how far away that was from you guys, you know, if it was closer, if you guys knew anything about it, you know. But Brian Foster was out there. Huh?
We have to ask Mike. Are you guys going to go to Meteor Crater?
I'm not sure what he wants to see, you know, but.
Meteor Crater is on Friday.
Okay, cool.
But you have to get in there to see it.
Yeah, that's okay.
All the parks you have to pay to get into nowadays.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely ain't nothing free anymore. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
But Meteor Crater is on the way.
Cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It's something to see.
Is this them? Oh, E97.
There's the park, Josh.
What was that, Lee?
Like I said, the Sedona's just right off there.
Okay.
Also, the Grand Canyon is right there too. Are you guys going to Grand Canyon?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'll be in good.
Yeah.
It's right there too.
Cool.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Once I get a hold of him and figure out, you know, exactly where he's going or what he wants to do, but.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. He said he's going to the Crystal Cave.
Yeah, he's going down into Mexico itself, I guess, and then I'm going to pick him up after he gets back from there. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
His.
I really didn't know how his whole trip is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know either. Right now he's in Sweden, and I guess he's doing like a world tour. I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of funny.
Well, Mark and John, I told you that already, but well, we're all off on that the 7th. So
good deal. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I can't wait.
Me either. Yeah. Then that's with Chaco Canyon, right? That's up at Chaco Canyon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Chaco Canyon, I really don't know what he's interested in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a place called Canyon Decay, which is Summerlin, which is kind of similar.
Right.
But that's a real pretty place too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know what he's interested in. So, but we'll just play it by ear.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It'll be fun though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna have to say goodbye. We're having a little cookout here, so.
Okay.
But we just wanted to say hi to you guys.
Well, I'm glad you guys called in. Absolutely.
Well, right on.
Yeah. And
Thank you, Lee.
Good to hear from all of you.
yeah, absolutely. You too. So.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. And if I don't hear from you.
So, Clarence, I guess the next show might be on the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I got to work until Wednesday, and then I'm on vacation starting Thursday morning. So, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So that's going to work out.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, we'll be talking to you again.
Very good. All right. Have a great evening. Yep. Enjoy the beer.
Yeah, we will.
All righty, folks. Bye-bye. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that Chaco Canyon. I think that's going to be pretty awesome, all that going on.
Yeah. I would love to see that in person. I've watched many documentaries about it and seen all kinds of pictures from the air. And actually, it's just looked at the picture and studied it and tried to figure out, exactly what was going on there. What kind of architecture was taking place and why all the circular building, rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The rooms themselves are built within the structure of it. You have this walled support built up against a canyon cliff, and the wall, there's a main wall built across the front of it. And inside that area, between the wall and the cliff face, is the structure. I mean, and it was built with purpose. There was some kind of purpose in mind.
Yeah.
And that's what I surmise. That's my theory.
Right.
Of what was going on there. But it's so much of it is gone that you really can't tell what they were really doing. But
do you have any idea, Tim? Do you have any idea what the actual year or roundabout how old that actually is there?
Well, the first time I heard that they were built about the time that Columbus came across the Atlantic. When Columbus discovered America, well, actually the West Indies, somewhere around there. But that's absurd because the amount of technology that's involved, the mathematics, technology, and architecture that is behind not just Chocolate Canyon, but also at Canyon de Chile and Mesa Verde. You can see that they had something going on there. They had a plan, going on, and they didn't just throw stuff together and build it.
Right.
They were able to make perfect circles. They were able to make perfect circle rooms with which they call kivas.
Right.
And it harkens back to old Indian folklore that those round rooms were used for the sweat lodges and stuff like that. Go in and for the shaman to go in and do their healing or whatever. But I think there's more to it than that. Because Chocolate Canyon is one of those places, another one of those places that lie in mystery around the world. That is on a ley line. They're on one of the lines of the power grid that goes around the world.
Right. Right.
And it's not just along the line. It is one of those juncturing points where there's 6 lines intersect at the same point.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Canyon is one of those.
So you got a parallel line.
That is Sedona. Sedona has that.
Okay.
Natural occurring energy comes from the earth, from the earth's crust. When you go to Sedona, will you please take a crystal with you, even if it's just a quartz rock, and take it with you and pay attention to how that rock feels when you get there.
Cool.
Because
I got some right in my truck now.
Interstate 17.
Cool.
It's been a long time since I've been to Prescott. I have been to Prescott and Sedona.
Yeah, I've been through Prescott before.
I was 7 years old when we went there. I mean, directly in the town. Where I set foot in town.
Right.
But since I've grown up and everything, driving over the road, I've gone many trips down Interstate 17 from Flagstaff to Phoenix, going down to Phoenix. I've made that route a lot of times. And I carried a crystal with me that I hung from the overhead console. Pretty real conventional. You got that little area up there, on the alt tab.
Yep.
You have that little stand-up area up there. You have a wide area up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a couple of crystals that I hung off there that I kept with me.
Mm-hmm.
One of them hung a little bit lower than the other. That when the sunlight would hit it, it would just light up the inside of the cab.
Cool.
With these like laser beams. It was cool, man. It was very, very cool.
Huh.
But that when I would drop down to Black Canyon, going south out of Flagstaff, I would reach up and grab a hold of one of those crystals, and now I'm driving down the road, sure, highway speed and everything, but I could feel that thing felt like it was buzzing. It felt like an electric motor. So
Wow.
similar to a electric shaver.
Wow.
Like
that much energy, huh?
Actually, yeah, you can actually feel it. And the first time I felt it, I thought, man, no way. I'm just imagining this. This is my imagination,
Yeah.
But since then, many times I've done it. Check it out.
Cool.
Now, I don't know, everybody. It's similar to being able to witch wells. Some people can do it, some people can't.
Right.
But I found that I started with a stainless steel welding rod. For
which,
welding.
yeah.
And I took those and cut them at the same length, cut them at the same spot, and held them, those bent them with a handle, where it bent 90 degrees, so it come up out of my hand.
Yeah.
And
Like divining rods. Yeah.
And when we got when my brother-in-law my brother-in-law and sister bought 40 acres of the mountains, and we went through their property looking for water. And I'm not lying to you, man. I found that I had I hold that key, that when I would walk over it, I could actually feel it inside me as I moved.
Oh, wow.
Almost a buzz sound.
No kidding.
Almost a buzz feeling. But the wires would cross. And as I would walk over it, and the wires would actually bounce apart, repel against each other, and swing back around and hit the back of my wrists on both sides.
Wow. That's awesome.
When I felt that, and you feel that magnetic kind of energy, electrical energy, it comes as in the ground or in the air, or a combination of the two. I don't know. But anyhow, you feel that. You feel that. It's some kind of can't really describe it. It's similar to an electric motor, but it's more than that. Far more than that. But at times can be very subtle too. But that's something that I love. I love doing that. I just wanted to see, then I started talking to other guys, the old timers. Came across some old timers that they go around punching water wells.
Right.
And all of them did their own witching. They had their own form of witching. And they said that you don't have to use stainless steel, that you can use just a metal coat hanger. And sure enough, I took a metal coat hanger, and then at the end of it, you wrap copper wire around it.
Some kind of conductor.
Like, I don't know, it went between 25 and 30 coils around it. You lining around it.
Right.
You put more than that. I imagine the more you put on there, the stronger, the more intense it gets. But it works real well for me with just 25.
Wow.
But when you find a spot where a particular location of water or an underground stream, you walk over it and you pinpoint that the area where it's going down. That you can take it. You can take that rod. You can point the long end towards the ground and just let it hang in your hand, and it will swing back and forth. And the amount of times that it swings within so many seconds will let you know how much water that well will put out per minute.
Wow.
That it lets you know if you have a strong well or a weak well.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, man, we found a artesian well.
Wow.
And the water is just absolutely incredible. The water is just it's like bottled water, like Perrier water almost. It's just not sparkling.
Right.
But
Yeah.
It's definitely that natural spring water.
Yeah, I had that back on the farm.
No filter, no enhancer, no flavor enhancer, no nothing. The water is just incredible.
Yeah, back home there in New York State.
Just drinking it.
Yeah, our farm had artesian wells.
When you take a shower.
Yeah.
When you take a shower in that water.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
Incredible, man. Oh
sure.
My gosh.
Yep.
You just come out there just feeling like you feel energized. Like, oh, what is this?
Yeah. I can remember when we used to make ice cubes with ours, and you could actually use them for magnifying glasses because it was so crystal clear,
So clear.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But we had sandy loam bottom. The well itself would boil the sand up out of it. I would have to go in there every couple of years and literally take buckets of sand out of the bottom, so it wouldn't clog up the inlet nozzle. Yeah. That's how much sand there was. It was crazy. But good water, buddy. Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like that.
No. Yeah. Now my dad had a thing like that. You were talking about the vining rods, that he had that he could do that with too. Yeah. They would separate, he'd hold them together pointing out in front of him. And as he walked along, if they separated from each other, when they widened at their widest point, that's where the water would be, But I'm not sure how accurate they were for him, but, that's how they were supposed to work. Yeah.
Well, I found that my brother-in-law has the same ability. He can witch a well too, and we both would walk over it many times and make sure. And sure enough, every time when we stake the point in the ground, we put a surveying stake in the ground right there, and then we go back and forth over it, and sure enough, every time it was right there, So we knew when we called the well digger in that that's where we want the hole punch was right there, And
that's where they find it.
Yeah, it worked out great. Yeah,
wow.
And it worked out real well. And the old timer, the guy that does the well drilling, he was one of the guys that told us all the secrets, all the little intricacies about witching or using a divine rod or whatever. And they do the same thing for oil wells. That they have witchers for
oil.
That can tell you where oil wells are at. Yeah.
Wow.
The real good old timers down in Texas. That's how the wildcatters.
Gotcha.
That's how a lot of them discovered oil in areas that were not known to be an oil producing region.
Just by witching for it.
Sure enough.
Huh.
They went in and they witched it, and they sure enough found the point. And
well, how would they know it's
multi-millionaires over that?
But how would they know it's oil and not water? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Is there a difference?
That's where the divining rod. Now that's a true divining rod. Now they use willow branch or
now that's like a fork, though, right?
Cherry, that's apple.
Yeah.
Apple is a real. Any of your fruit producing trees are real good.
Huh.
I've heard that the willow, that all the old timers, they prefer their divining rods, their witching rods to be made out of willow crap. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And it's the way you hold it. you don't hold it like you normally think you would.
Yeah, not like a motorcycle.
Like you would.
Right.
Kind of like a chopstick in a way, but
yeah,
not really like a chopstick either, but it's backwards.
Right, yeah. Yeah, your hands are actually upside down.
Backwards.
Yeah.
And it's not the way you think you don't hold them. You don't hold them like you normally would. You have to entwine them through your fingers.
Right.
Each horn has to be entwined through your fingers. You don't just grab a hold of it. And the way you hold it, they say that it's the person itself. The person who's holding it is the one who has the ability to attract it. Depending on how you are, you're receptive to Mother Earth and Mother Nature around you.
Right.
You can develop it on your own, which I've been really getting into that. I've been doing a lot of kind of fooling around, but not really getting serious. But we've done some stuff enough that it satisfied a lot of curiosities I had about it. Definitely, it opens up more of the conversation around natural Earth energies and how you can detect it and where they're at. Feel it. Just driving down the highway. A lot of times you cross over an area that you'll feel like your stomach will do a flip flop.
Right.
Out of nowhere. You're not doing no ups and downs. No doubt. I know if you've driven over the road, you come across these places.
Oh yeah.
Every truck driver I know has done it.
Yep.
You drive down the road and all of a sudden out of the clear blue, your stomach will do a flip flop.
Yep. Feels like a roller coaster. Just like a roller coaster. Yeah.
Those are areas of the earth that you just passed over where the natural channel of electromagnetic energy is the strongest.
I'll be darned. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all part of that feeling. It's something that I've been. Again, I'm not really doing it not doing it as an intense study.
Right.
But it's become like it's more than a hobby for me. I'll say that much.
Cool.
It's more than just an interest. I'm really into that kind of stuff. And that is around Tesla and how he thought that how he said that he could make electrical energy free to everyone.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to have the transmitter, and then you have to have the receptor set at the frequencies of the transmission.
Now he did a thing.
You got all your energy free.
He did a thing back as an experiment, or I guess he was showing how he could actually do this, where he actually went out and drove stakes in the ground and basically plugged it in, and they all worked without wires in between them or something like that.
Right.
I forget how long it was, but
he had Warden Cliff Tower. It was on Long Island. It was where he did this experiment. He had another one that was in Colorado Springs. Because of the high altitude there and the closeness to the proximity to, you're close, when you're higher up in elevation, you're going to be closer to the ionosphere.
Right.
And so that's where he did a lot of the experiments were done there. But Warden Cliff Tower is where he built this mushroom-looking tower out of wood. It was over 200 feet tall.
Right.
And did it all by hand.
Right.
First of all, he did it all by hand and pretty much all by himself, which is an accomplishment that's a feat of accomplishment that's like, you think about what he did there.
Sure.
Because it took a team of guys with cranes and everything to dismantle the damn thing.
Wow.
After his deal with Westinghouse.
Right.
And when and Westinghouse put the plug on.
Yeah, he went bankrupt. Yep.
He got screwed over. That was a underhanded deal between Westinghouse and Thomas Edison. I guarantee it, man. Thomas Edison was feeding Tesla some kind of doped up drug in his food. Westinghouse doped him up. Hey, how do you go from being a man who invented electric motors, designed and built electric motors in his mind, in his imagination, he did all this first before he put it to work. He
Right.
knew it would work. How do you go from that to the only thing that you have anything to do with is pigeons? How do you go from being a mind that the most incredible mind in our history of mankind almost to somebody that, walking around falling in love with pigeons? Oh, I love my pigeon. He married a pigeon. He married one of his pigeons. He said that was his wife. Sorry, Edison, I'm sure that Edison hooked him up, and they gave him some medicine and did not do him well at all.
Wow.
Because for crying out loud, they took all his ideas and everything, and being free to the people.
Yeah. Well, they knew they could make money.
You have to pay for electricity today.
Yep.
For electricity today,
Yeah.
because of Thomas Edison.
Yep.
Because Tesla wanted to give it to us free.
House.
And
Yeah.
Edison and Westinghouse, they weren't going to have no part of that because they knew that they seen the money that could be the lucrative side
Yep.
of providing electric energy to the public.
Exactly right.
They knew it. They knew people would pay for it, and once once that plan was in motion, that was it, man. The powers to be, and you can't tell the electric companies, all the power companies, all the utility companies, I should say, gas and electric and water companies, are all run by the government. They're government owned.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
They are.
They're all getting their kickbacks on it. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have to worry about no kickback. They're already part of it. They're
Yeah.
part of the machine.
Crazy.
That's I could keep going on and on. It goes off on a different tangent, and I don't like getting into that politics.
Yeah, I know.
Mention the fact that you get a lot of people's attention in the wrong way, speaking out about that. But I'm not standing out against it. I'm not standing up against it. I'm just making it. You can bullshit some of the people sometimes, but I'm not going to fall for it,
Right. Sharon McQueen is on Facebook there. She's sending everybody hellos and says she's listening to Close Encounters and cooking. Yeah.
Well,
that's cool.
Get well, dear.
Absolutely.
Be well.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. We know she's suffering.
No,
We miss you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely miss her. Good people.
I would say that I'd like to just give a shout out to the Allman brothers.
Greg Allman, yes. Yep. Sad. 69 years old, or young.
Yeah.
Yeah. 69 is young. I mean, really, when you stop and think about it now, I mean, it's wow. Well,
I know.
Sad.
I know. I don't know. I realize sometimes I get, we get hit by reality all too well, all too often.
Sure.
I can't get around or work like I used to. I can't do anything that I used to do.
Right.
And it really sucks getting old.
Yeah.
I got old faster than I thought I would.
Well, I did too. I was just going to say that, and I think a lot of it has to do with the life that we were living, and especially being former truck drivers. That takes a lot out of you, man. I'll tell you what. People think it was an easy job. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
That's not an easy job. It's not an easy job at all.
A lot of it. I think a lot of it's more mental than stressful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
The time spent alone is almost unbearable.
Yep, that's the truth.
People unless you've been somewhere alone for a long time,
yeah,
people can't really understand what it's like. You know, you're around, you know, and yet you're still alone. You know, amongst millions of people, you're still completely alone.
Exactly.
And nothing like that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, but I always look at it as more part of the enjoying the journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and part of the journey, going through those places like that, and not getting caught up in the negative part of it. You know,
Right.
That you know, being alone or being away from your loved ones. You know, I can. It's just like going to Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, through the greater Los Angeles area. You know, it's Compton City for what 125 miles coming on Interstate 10.
Yeah, exactly.
East.
Yep.
And once you come into Palm Desert, once you pass actually Banning, I'll say Banning.
Yeah.
You get that from Banning on westward, you're in city zone.
Yep.
You can't tell when you go from one town to the next.
It's all one stretch of road. Yeah, no doubt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. They always the same, man.
They do.
It's incredible to go through there, and you know, even though I don't know anybody there, I wouldn't know anybody or anything. Southern California. I'm born in Southern California. You know, I'm born in San Diego, so you know, it's part of my home. So when I go out there, I go, oh, it's just like home to me.
Exactly.
Enjoy the scenery. You know, just check out the babes and the four-wheelers, you know. Go, woo, yeah. You know?
Awesome.
Checking out them seat covers, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all, you know, it has its pluses and its minuses. You make it a lot worse than what it is, and that's where a lot of these new drivers they get caught up in that field, you know.
Well, I'm the old school drivers. You know, back in the day, we didn't have to worry a whole lot about logbooks and stuff and whatever. You know, it wasn't until they started changing all the DOT regulations and whatever and hammered down on us that, you know, yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
Then they made you drive tired because, you know, yeah, it was crazy. Always had to shut down. I hated it. It was all coming to an end for me. I mean, you know, if you're not a company driver anymore, you know, I wish you lots of luck. Yeah.
That's it right there. And you know, it's a shame too because they're doing away with that hard trucking. You know, that hard trucking is going to there are always going to be a market for owner-operators, but you're going to have to be in a niche.
Yeah, you're not going to do it.
At the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Heavy haulers.
Yep.
Heavy haul. Any kind of heavy haul. That's good. You know.
Well, that's what I did.
Owner-operators.
Yeah, that's what I did. And the only reason that I did it for so long was because, you know, the permits and different other things would allow you to run certain times of the day and night, and you know, so it wasn't so bad. But is that I ran into was the surcharges and other things that, you know, the company wasn't charging or getting, or, you know, whatever. I wasn't getting that pass on, so to speak, you know. And when it came down to it, and then the fuel, well, this is back in 2008, got up to $8 a gallon, and that pretty much did me in. I mean, that was it, you know. And
yeah,
that's when I finally parked the rig and said, that's it. I'm not going to pay out of pocket just to deliver somebody's load, you know what I mean? And not make anything on it. It's ridiculous.
Well,
so.
You know, I thought like actually on that when I got to the age where, because growing up, I always wanted to own my own truck, and I could not ever figure out why my dad never owned his own truck. I would ask him, how can you just don't buy your own truck? He says, I don't want the headaches. Because in the long run, I make more money than a guy who owns his own truck is out here working his ass off.
You're probably right. You know,
so
I had it down.
And I looked at it, and by God, he was right.
Yeah,
he was right. I knew a lot of guys that were owner operators, and I've known a lot. I know a lot of people in trucking that are, you know, that own their own trucks.
Yep.
Either tractors, either they own one truck or they own a small fleet, you know, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But those guys, they may make it on. They may look good when you're said and done.
Yeah, he didn't have nothing.
They're not actually putting more in the bank.
No.
You know, savings than I was doing. You know, as a company driver, and didn't have none of the headaches to go with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
There are great dividends. There are great dividends to being an owner operator that I didn't really take into consideration.
Yeah.
Because there are ways that you can go about doing things. Like I was looking at back in the early 80s, say 80, 81, 82. All right, at that time period, back in the early 80s, let's say 85. If you're making $25,000 a year, you are shipping tall cotton. Yep. You know, $25,000 a year, $30,000 a year. If you can do that as a company driver, you're coming out ahead. Yep. You know, if you can find a company where you're paid that much, you're doing pretty good. You know, you're doing pretty good for yourself. Now, I knew people that were owner operators. They were making over $100,000 a year. Oh yeah, absolutely. They were grossing over $100,000 a year. Yeah, I was doing that. How much of that $100,000 were they actually putting in the bank? Yeah, not that much. Actually, what was their? Yep. What do they call it? Your take home. What's their liquid? Yeah. What's their liquid assets? How much money do they have after paying taxes? Well, you got to figure. Taxes, that's paying fuel, that's paying wear and tear on the truck. Each one of my trucks, I think I owned 3 trucks in my lifetime, and each one of them was over $100,000. That's just for the truck. That's not with the trailer or anything else. That's just the truck. Right. You know. Yeah. Yeah. $100,000 units. So. Yeah. Ridiculous. But when I first started out back in the mid 80s or whatever, after I got out of the military net, I was averaging $1.25 a mile, and that was good money back then. It was excellent money back then. And when I got out of it in 2008, I was still averaging $1.25 a mile. So there you go. Yeah. That's wrong. Yeah, it is wrong. Absolutely. That's what's wrong. Yep. And that's why I think it's kind of government plan all along to post out the independent. Absolutely. Once they deregulated trucking in what was it, 78, 79? We had the big strike late 70s. I'm going to say 78, 79. Yeah, was the big strike. And then we had another one. It was a mini one in the mid 80s, but it wasn't. But the main stuff all came down in the late 90s and stuff was when they really went after us. With the new logbook rules and the hours of drive time and all that stuff. That's when they really started kicking us around pretty hard. So. That's when trucking went to crap. Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. Yeah. That's why I haven't turned the wheel since July of 2011. And that's the last trip I made. Yeah. And I miss the driving. I miss the driving part. I miss all the, just hauling a load. Oh yeah. From point A to point B. be as safely as I possibly can, you know.
Yeah.
And being a professional driver, you know, you do that.
Yep. Absolutely.
And you take great pride in what you do. You take great pride in what you do and everything. But nowadays, you have so much other bull crap that you have to put up with.
Absolutely.
The laws, yeah, and you know, keeping not so much the laws, it's keeping up. Because they change them.
Overnight.
Around, they're changing the damn law.
Overnight.
Like the hours of operation.
Yep.
The hours of operation. Times the last 3 years, I can't tell you exactly what the hours of operation is now.
Yeah.
11 hours driving, 14 hours on duty.
Exactly. Yeah.
They've changed that. I think it's back to that. I think they went back to it now. They finally, you know, they widened up and they went back to that because the Teamsters was the one that stepped in, so they didn't want their drivers sitting in one place for 11 hours a day, for 11 hours per shift.
Right.
Too many hours sitting in
Yeah.
one spot. I'm like, something needs to stop for crying out loud.
Well, you figure though.
In one spot, get that load delivered on time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you can't be stopping and dilly-dallying around, you know, along your route. You know, I mean, you don't want to be unsafe about it.
Yeah.
But you gotta get it there as quickly and safely as possible. You know.
Right. Yeah, that's why I only average about 600 miles a day. I mean, that you know, that was the thing. 10-hour trip, you know, would be around 600 or so, you know, miles. And so that's how I would log it. You know, I mean, I could run from my house to Chicago. So, you know, I was good. But then you had to turn around and take 10 off or whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's a return trip is where they nailed me. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what gets me on all these trucking companies now. I used to watch a bunch of people on YouTube. There was the Jason John show.
Mm-hmm.
There was a husband and wife team that they drove for years, and they were on a regular route going from West Memphis, or no, going from Memphis to LAX. And they go out and they make four to 5 rounds, and they take a day off, or take some time off.
Right.
You know, they run until they run out of hours.
Yeah.
And they would take some time off to get their hours taken back out, and then go back out again, and go and just keep going like that. Well, they made this goal in mind. They want 100,000, make 100,000, buy the land, and all do all this and stuff. And I really don't know the bottom line how much money they had in the bank, but they decided that they got to that point that they're just going to quit.
All right.
Quit driving. And my hat's off to them.
Yeah.
Doing it. And doing it. But the one thing that I told them is that once the trucking gets in your blood,
yeah, good luck.
Doing that, you get caught up in that routine. You can say that you're ready to get off it and you're done with it. I'm out of here. But eventually, I'll give them. I told them I'll give them 6 months. But I think they're already starting to feel the itch. The itch is getting to them. You know,
right?
Being on the road. You know, that constant travel, that constant going. You can't just turn that off and turn it on.
No.
At a flip of a switch, you know, when you want to.
Nope.
You turn it on, you turn that switch on, and it stays on. And like I said, I might give them a year.
He'll be back, yeah.
A year, maybe. Yeah. They're going to be back behind the wheel. And one that's never going to be like it was when they got on the road the first time.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's never going to be. You're always going to be chasing after that nirvana. You're going to be constantly chasing after that nirvana, because once you get set up in that zone, you get caught up in that deal. You don't just quit.
Exactly.
You can't just quit. It became so much once I got in, or as soon as I got home, I was ready to go right back out again. You know? I mean, you know, I had a couple girlfriends here and there, you know.
Sure.
But I had a couple girlfriends on the road too, you know. I had some girls, you know. I had one girl in Birmingham, Alabama, man.
Oh,
I
boy.
came into town, I give her a call, man. She'd meet me wherever I was at. She'd come meet me.
Wow.
Home, feed me, give me a, you know, let me take a shower, relax at home, watch some TV.
Wow.
You know.
Home sweet home.
Truck and bam, I'll be gone again until next time I see you. You know?
That's funny.
Shit, man.
Oh, wow.
Hell. You know, I kind of miss her, you know, I kind of miss having that, but
right.
at the same time, what's going on, the log operation, the DOT,
Yep.
the DOT are cracking, this weekend is a 72-hour DOT deal they got going on.
Yeah, I don't miss them. I really don't.
I'll miss that.
It got to the point where they pull you in and I just took my truck out of the shop, you know, went through it with a fine-tooth comb, hooked up to my trailer. I went maybe, I don't know, 100 and some miles down the road, got pulled into one of them damn checks, and they found a crack in one of my lines up underneath the trailer up in this hole someplace that, you know, stupid stuff, you know. If they couldn't find something, they'd make something, you know what I mean? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just a scam, big money scam.
Yeah.
Then you get a ticket for it, and then you get this for it. And
when I went over the road,
yeah.
the last couple of jobs I had driving over the road, I worked for guys that kept their equipment tip-top shape.
I tried to.
Brand new trailers, brand new tractors.
Yeah.
And, you know, the oldest trailer they had was 4 years old, so the oldest tractor they had was 4 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and actually it was a little bit older than that. I had the oldest tractor in the fleet, 11. I had a 2004 272-inch wheelbase with a 53-inch sleeper that had been shaved. Had the side panels, the side wings had been shaved.
Yeah.
The suspension, the front axle had been lowered 4 inches. It had a custom drop front end on it.
Cool.
Lowered it down and unbelievable steering. It already had the peak low early ride suspension. They did some work on it and dropped it down and pulled a 53-foot Wabash.
Wow.
2010 model Wabash with a brand new carrier unit on the front of it. And yeah, that was shit. You pull me in. I didn't care. I knew that everything was up to snuff on it.
Sure.
It had, I'm not kidding you, Clark. It had 1.3 million miles.
Yeah.
And it drove better than a brand new car.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It handled better, rode better, everything better than a brand new car.
Yeah.
I mean, it, you know, had never been smoked in. Nobody had ever smoked in it. Nothing. I mean, had a refrigerator, microwave, TV. I was set, man.
Sure.
Put me on those.
Well, that's our homes. Yeah, that's how we set them up.
Go,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a 3,500 watt inverter in it, so
Yeah.
I could plug in everything.
Yeah, I ran mine on generators, but it's, yeah.
Yeah. That's 3 watts. That works too.
Yeah.
But,
well, I had to being.
When you were,
yeah.
Like when you're doing heavy hauls, you have to have something like that.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
You got to have that.
Yep.
Because you never know where you're going to end up at.
Well, I'd be out in the middle of the desert someplace. Yeah, I'd be out in the middle of the desert someplace with a cell phone tower or, you know, one of them windmills, and 3 days waiting for it to unload me. Yeah. So, yeah, I had to have the generator for AC and different other things, you know. Yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah. I didn't mind that. That was easy money.
You know, we don't realize what we have. You know, and it goes so quickly.
Yeah, it sure did.
Our life just goes by so fast.
Yep.
That it's, you know, and we were talking about it a little bit, we hit a bit on it a little bit last night. Is the world actually speeding up? Is it, you know, is it things going faster?
You know, it's a good question.
I don't know.
You know, when you stop and think about it, you know, I don't know, linear time. I mean, really, I noticed like the daylight lately, you know, here it is, you know, almost 8 o'clock at night, you know, and I still got another hour or two of daylight left yet, you know, and we just set our clocks, you know what, a month ago, or whatever it was, you know, so something isn't quite right. I don't know what the deal is here, but it's ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
I've noticed it. I mean, and I think, you know, either something they're not telling us or something else is going on, because it doesn't make sense right now. I just don't remember it being like this, you know. But
that's another thing, Clarence. You just kind of hit on the tip of something. You know, that we don't know what. We know something's going on. It's like we're being bamboozled. We're being tricked to you know, the most important thing is get home and watch the Amazing Race or watch
right.
Survivor or something, you know, on TV.
Yeah.
They're clouding our intelligence with this gibberish, you know, with all this stuff that doesn't mean a damn thing.
No,
you know?
Right.
It's an entertainment. It's a form of entertainment, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a form of passing our time that a lot of people spend a lot of money behind doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I just don't remember it being like this, especially this time of year. I mean, it's crazy, you know.
No.
But unless my mind's going, I mean, that could be, you know.
Next month. Now, see, you got to take consideration too, though. That next month is going to be the longest daylight of the year.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's true.
We're within 30 days of the summer solstice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
longest day for us. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's but it seems like just yesterday it was New Year's.
Oh, I know.
It just became 2017.
I know.
And here we are almost halfway through already. And it's just, you know, it just seemed like it was just last week we were celebrating New Year's, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
And you know, I realize, and everybody says that as you get older, time seems to speed up, but it's not just speeding up for me.
No, it's speeding up for everybody. You know,
yeah. Young people are noticing it too.
Sure. Yeah.
So this you know, kind of opens up my eye to what's really going on here. What's really happening when children are realizing that things are going by faster.
Yeah.
Recognizing the acceleration. Something's happening here. You know, whether it's just you know.
Well, sure seems that way. If not, I mean, it's I really can't put my finger on it, but
for me, linear time is really getting in my way because I run out of time to do things in a day.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much that I want to do that, you know, I have to, you know, cut back a lot of times on what I want to do. You know, I'm not going to be able to do that today. I run out of time.
Run out of time. Yeah. Isn't it ridiculous? Yeah. Well, you know, here's something that happened today. Now, I got up this morning and I went down and had my coffee like I normally do. Okay. And next thing I know, I'm looking at the clock and it's almost noon. And I'm thinking, wow, what the heck? So I'm like, okay, I got to do the promotion for the show. I got to get that set up because I wanted to go to the grocery store to get some groceries for the next few days. Okay. So I did my thing there on Blogtalk. I made up my advertisement and all that. And then I posted it on Facebook and I did the YouTube thing and everything. Then I looked at the clock and now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what the hell? It was just noon, you know? So then check this out though. So then I go to the store, right? and I go shopping, and I'm back home. I'm putting the groceries away. I think I had maybe 5 plastic bags of groceries at, maybe $50 worth of groceries. Put that away. Went and grabbed a soda. Happened to go by and looked at the clock. Here it is, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what is going on here? So I grabbed a quick sandwich. I'm thinking, okay, I got a couple hours before the show. No big deal. Grabbed a quick sandwich, sat down and was watching the weather map on Google or whatever, because we had some thunderstorms that were going to roll through. Looked up the clock, 5:30. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. All day today, Tim, it's been like skip. It's been unbelievable. And that's just today, So it's like, yeah. But I've lost time all day today. It's like, what the hell's going on here? For no reason. And I haven't done anything. I mean, literally. I don't get it. That was so weird. So weird.
Man, I'll tell you. I don't know. I'm beginning to actually wonder if there isn't something controlling this whole thing. Speeding up this process. It's the true gods, if you will, are speeding up time.
Yeah.
Speeding up whatever, but then you get into this part of they get into the physical science of things.
Yeah.
And these people who talk about time as being a non-existent thing, that time doesn't really exist, it's something that's man-made.
Right.
That'll switch the brain for you.
Well, if you really stop and think about it, in a sense, they're right. The only sense of time we would have had would have been the rise and the lowering of the sun, and that, in course of seasons. But, I mean, think back about the Native Americans and stuff. How would they tell time? You know what I'm saying? Other than, daylight, nighttime, and, the seasons. So.
Well, they had things set up to the summer and winter solstice.
Right.
They knew about the sun, where the sun was at, the shadows were the cast,
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually depicted. A lot of places were built around
right
where the sun would shine at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
On the longest day of the year,
right,
the light would shine this way, so they would make a building with a window in it.
Right.
That only that day with the sunlight shining through that window.
Right.
That day.
Right.
That specific day. But how do they know that day existed?
Well, that's just it. Yeah.
If they were supposed to be now, supposedly now they didn't have any knowledge of any star charts or anything else. How would they know that was the longest day?
I don't know.
Or that was the middle. That was when was the longest day of the year and when was the shortest day of the year?
Mm-hmm. Now, according to the Mesopotamia text, on Sumerian, they actually had people. One particular guy was appointed, by the clan or whatever, to go out and sit all day and all night or whatever. I mean, he had specific deal of watching the universe. I mean, that's all he did. And he wrote down everything he's seen and everything that, every single day that he did this, or every single night, and that's how that all out, but now whether or not that was kept going throughout other people's deal or just them, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if other cultures caught on to that. I really don't know, but I'm sure every culture had stargazers of one type or another. I mean,
they had people.
They
had people who knew how to make a solar clock, a sundial,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then there was only certain people who had that knowledge of knowing how to build it and then knowing how to read it.
Right.
Because the shadows would change different times of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to, these people, they had to have people that were knowledgeable of that.
Right.
They knew that. And you had to adjust it, and make that certain adjustments, And those were all people like scholars.
Sure.
Who were the thinkers, in the Greek, and now in ancient Greek history, you had Aristotle, and then Socrates, and then Plato.
Mm-hmm.
Were the last of the real big guys, towards the end of the Greek dynasties, the Greek civilization, Again, when I got into studying archaeology and everything, first got into it, but the one thing that I found to be absolutely amazing was the fact that I thought that the Greek timeline, the Greek Empire,
Mm-hmm.
and the Roman Empire existed at different times.
Right.
Oh, no. They existed at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the last dynasty of the Egyptian pharaohs.
Right.
Well, not so much a pharaoh, but the last leader.
Well, yeah. That dynasty.
Was
Right.
Cleopatra.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And she wasn't even Egyptian.
No.
Cleopatra she was Greek.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was Greek. She was a Caucasian.
Yeah.
And she was damn good looking too, by the way. You ever seen any pictures actual pictures of she's a hot mama, baby. Let me tell you, that girl was fine, but she used it to exploit her way. That's why she had her flame with Julius Caesar. Julius got all pissed off because she started banging Michael Anthony. That's what Julius off. So he set a fire. He set some boats on fire in the harbor. Out of control, and the city of Alexandria, and burned up half the learning center in the library of Alexandria.
Right. Right.
Just virtually destroyed at that point right there.
Yeah.
Which is where we lost a lot of knowledge. But those are stupid things that happen in history because of jealous races.
Yep. Yep.
Because of a hot woman.
Yep.
Because of a damn woman, man. Oh, a woman.
Hope there's no women listening. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then I think about some of the stupid shit I've done over.
Of course.
Over a damn woman.
Yeah.
Man. So I can't, I'm like, oh, dang.
Yeah. Sharon made a comment that was pretty good. She says her dog, the animals know exactly what time it is, and it's obvious that, maybe the ancients may have watched the animal patterns themselves. Well, we know, like, the migration of the buffalo and stuff, the Native Americans and that knew, time or winter time or whatever,
Right.
when they come running through. So, yeah, obviously that would have something to do with it. But, yeah. And I'm sure, well, I know like white-tailed deer and stuff like that, they usually drop their fawns, at early spring, things like that. The rut is during October, November. Yeah.
And the bucks lose their antlers
right around January or so, isn't it?
Exactly what it is, but
December, January.
Their antlers every once in a while,
Yeah.
Grow a new set of horns,
Yeah. Usually December, January, they start losing their horns. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good thought. Watching animal movements and stuff like that. Why not? Yeah.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, that's one way of doing it. I look at I do a lot of stargazing. I look at the stars, and we're in a different alignment.
You know,
the
though,
universe is changing.
here's another thought, though. A lot of people kind of forget too, though, that you know our human races now. I mean, it's all about working for the man or for the men or whoever. You know, we're back in those days, like with Native Americans and stuff like that. It was all about you know, living. Period. You know, as a community, as a hunter gatherers or whatever the case may be. You know, so time was totally a different outlook. I mean, you know, and then when they started making watches and clocks and stuff like that, now you're starting to put yourself into a category. You know, you got to punch the clock.
Yeah.
You know. You know, I'd love to be able to go back to the old time where you didn't have to worry about watches and clocks and what time of day it was. You know, you're doing what you're doing and that's it. You know, but
right. That's why I could never stand punching the clock.
Yeah,
I could never stand having a job where I had to punch the clock.
No.
I oftentimes got into working in areas and doing things besides trucking that required me to work long hours, extra long hours.
Yeah. Well, I'm in one of them jobs now, you know. Yeah. I hate
I
it.
just naturally gravitated towards that.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of times working a 12 to 14-hour shifts.
Yeah.
You know, doing turnarounds in a refinery or something. You know, we got some kind of project going on that we can only do it, you know, during the nighttime because during the daytime there's too many people around. So we got to do this here. You know,
right.
As soon as it's 1600, we're going to start doing this here. You know, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to go from working over here, then we're going to go back over here, and we're going to put in this section.
Yeah, exactly.
This run here, you know, we're going to work until it's done. You know, and sometimes we get it done, you know, by 6 o'clock. Sometimes we get it done at 8 or 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly. You know? Yep. Exactly right.
And have to be back on site at 7:30 the next morning. Yeah,
yeah, crazy.
90 seconds.
Oh, there we go. There's our 90-second call.
Boy.
Ain't that something?
Well, we got off tangent a little bit there on stuff.
Yeah, it's okay.
We get talking on different stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's all right. Kind of a slow night for us tonight, but that's okay.
It all comes back around to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking about time, you know, and what we got back on the subject of time, liminal time.
Yeah, we're out of time.
50 seconds.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. No, we're out of time. We're out of time. Yeah, now we're out of time. Well, Tim, I tell you, it's really good to hear from you. You know, I'm not sure when we're going to have another show other than when I get on the road. So I got to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
When are you heading out on the road?
I'm actually going out. Let's see here. What was my first day? I had it marked down here. Let me look real quick. I got to meet him on the 3rd down in El Paso. So I will probably Thursday. Yeah, probably Thursday.
10 seconds.
Thursday afternoon. Yeah. So I'll be on the road. So.
Well, man.
But that'll be awesome.
Oh, I wish I could join up with you, but right now it gets me at a bad time. But
well, this is like our first deal, so yeah. If this goes right and whatever, I mean, you know, hopefully I can do this as a yearly thing or something. You know, I think it'd be pretty awesome. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I like to just travel. You know, take a spot every year and, you know, maybe next year head your way and, you know, go see some sights or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. So, alrighty. Well, yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll be posting the whole time that we're gone doing our thing. So,
All right.
So,
Are you still there, Diane?
Daryl, I'm here. I've been listening to some activity. Sounds like we're being like bombarded by some sort of meteors or something.
No.
Somebody's like going live stream on YouTube also for meteor activity.
Huh.
I don't know what I'm hearing in this neighborhood, Monmouth area.
Wow.
Just keeping an eye on the cameras, seeing what's in the sky. It's kind of noisy though.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're live streaming a lot of different things on YouTube.
Huh.
Meteor detectors, etc. Keep your eyes and ears out.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Cool.
I sent you to the video I took in April of that anomaly over Brooklyn and Queens.
Cool.
That was not a meteor, it was some other object, but
Yeah.
Maybe a craft. I don't know, I'd like to know your opinion of what it could have been.
I'll check it out. Absolutely. Cool.
Check it out.
All right.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Well, thank
Nice
you.
to hear from you again.
Yes, absolutely.
Always good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you too.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, my friend. Looks like we're going to have to shut her down here.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay, you take care and have yourself a great Memorial Day tomorrow, okay?
Right. You too, man.
All right, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our last one until we hit the road here. Like I said, I'll be on the road starting Thursday, heading south. Then we're going to head a little west. And so keep your eyes posted. We'll be posting it. I'll have some live video coming up for you and whatever. And hopefully we'll be doing a show or two while we're out there. So we'll see what goes on. In the meantime, just Memorial Day weekend. Remember our fallen and, say a prayer. I'd appreciate it. Keep your eyes to the skies. Thank you all very much. Have a great weekend.